Welcome to Tampa, Florida. I'm Bruce Hovland with Bruce's Best Life, and I'm here with my friend Jayne. And on top of the beautiful, what's the name of this place?
Heron.
The beautiful Heron apartment complex. She's been here quite a while, haven't you?
Yeah, a couple years now.
Yeah.
Love it.
I've known Jayne for a long time, about 5 years now, I think. Wasn't it 5? No, maybe longer.
We met through Kim.
Oh, that's right, yeah. And when I first started Utoya, you did the spots for me. She helped me do all the herb CBD products we had at the time.
And we did some fun facial videos too.
Facial
Remember
videos,
that?
yeah. Oh, yeah, that was a fun one. Yeah, we did quite a few of them, actually. So if you see Utoya's YouTube channel, she was one of the early performers.
Yes.
And since then, she's had a wild and crazy life of her own. She's a very inspirational person to me. She's independent, she's kind and considerate, and she has a love for people. She's a little crazy like me. I like that. She's off the wall a little bit. We all love that. But she's also got some things that interest me and a lot of you as well, and that's self-improvement, improving our lives and helping others improve theirs. She's a real big advocate for a lot of the homeless people, and she spends time with them and has insightful conversations when other people might just snub them and walk away. So I really like her, and she's got a new project of her own coming up. She has a few things she's been doing a while, and Break Your Inertia is a little site she manages just to kind of get her philosophies out there a little bit. And she's got to kind of give up her inhibitions and open up more. You know, we all try and be someone that we hope people would think we are instead of just being yourself. So she's making a lot of changes in her life again. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Jayne.
Yeah, well, it's been a process of reinventing, as you know. I mean,
Yep.
I moved to Tampa in '98, and as we've talked about, I mean, the city has changed.
Oh, yeah.
It's not what it once was.
But 10 years ago, Tampa was kind of a shithole.
I know, and now we're at like the epicenter. We're the it city.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it, coming into this little area here.
Yeah.
And you said something about Bill Gates investing in this area?
So Bill Gates did $30 billion here, and Mike Vinnick, who just also, he pulled out recently, he was one of the owners of the Lightning, but they developed this area. So I often say we're rats in Bill Gates' knees here at Water Street.
Well, you know, I parked in the parking garage, and you walk, the little short walk it is to this building, there's beautiful restaurants, it smells delicious, it's very foo-foo all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's bougie.
Yeah,
it's
bougie, that's the word. Yeah.
It's a little bougie for myself, but I like it. I'm very thankful that I can be here. And you know, as you know, I talk with the homeless people, and I'm not going to find them out in the country. So, you know, I believe we're all connected. You know, that's what we talk about with the quantum physics. Is that I believe we're all connected through this divine matrix of energy, this very real field that we know exists.
Yeah.
And if we are aware of that and we tap into it, we can not only manifest our best life, but we can also realize that what happens to one happens to all of us.
Exactly.
And that's why it's so important to be good to ourselves and be good to other people. You know, John Nash, he was the great mathematician, and Russell Crowe played him in A Beautiful Mind.
Ah.
And something he said that I loved, he came up with Nash's equilibrium. And he said the best result happens when we do what is best for ourselves and everybody in the group.
Yeah, one thing I heard of this kind of so simple but true. It's not what you do, it's what you don't do.
Right, yeah.
A lot of times it's not what you do, it's what you don't do. So Jayne has got some experience in this. The quantum physics, right? Quantum.
Yeah, well, theory, mechanics, physics,
Yeah,
whatever you
yeah.
want to call it.
So she's going to start doing a show, an inspirational show, and help people learn how to actually apply it to their own lives.
Yeah.
She used to be a fat chick.
I did. I was, you know, although
200 pounds.
I don't know how flattering that this view of me is, but I did. I was over 200 pounds, and as I always say, ate my way to a thin body because starving and deprivation will not work when you're making a lifestyle change.
Yep.
So I lost the weight with the help of enzymes, and that's why I have my own digestive enzyme formula. I'm on my second formula now, actually, ENS-zyme. So this one helps balance the enteric nervous system. And it's going to help with the gut-brain connection because we know also it's
the
very,
stomach
you know,
big.
Scientific thing. The gut is the second brain.
So your two products are the one you had
Was one zyme.
One zyme.
And then I did a second one about a year ago called ENS-zyme. And so that's a full spectrum plant-based enzyme. So if you don't know what
That
enzymes
keeps your stomach and pH and all that proper. Or?
Well, I do actually include a pH test kit with the product because I want people to understand about pH and the importance of it. But enzymes are the building blocks of life.
Yes.
Without them, most metabolic processes wouldn't happen fast enough to sustain life. So if you put an enzyme in with everything you're eating, you're giving your body that optimal chance to break down your proteins, your carbs, your fats, your dairies, and you're not going to feel like complete shit afterwards. And bloating, gas, reflux,
I need to
it's
try
all
that
gone.
again now because I've been on my own little journey to wellness here.
Yeah,
when you get old,
doing the peptide thing, right? I need to get on the peptide thing.
Well, as you get older, you start, you're terminal at some point. When you're a kid, you say, hey, I'm 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. I got like 40 years to go. When you're 64, you say 74. Fuck, that's it. It's happening out, baby.
Well, that's it. But I think that the great thing is you're being proactive. And that's what people need to do is be proactive. We don't have to sit back and be reactive. If we're positive, you've always been a positive person.
Yeah.
That's why I like being around you. I don't allow people in my circle that are crazy and into drama. Well, I can't say that. I did let a few crazy drama-loving guys into my circle, but I learned my lesson.
Yeah. Well, they let you in, so that might be their crazy, right?
Like attracts like. But it's been a process.
So let me get to some meat and potatoes of the quantum thought pattern. Tell me how you got interested in it, and what has it done for you so far?
So I was a analytical, nerdy kid and never was a person of faith. I was that person that had to explain, and I always asked why, and then I would ask why behind that again. And so I was interested in quantum theory and physics when I was younger, watching programs, interested in the universe. When probably around 2013, 14, I started to actually study it more, and I was just fascinated by the one, particular experiment they did where they split a photon and they put it, this one photon becomes two, and they put it 14 miles apart from each other, and they start an atomic clock. And what happens is when this atomic clock is going and these two photons are 14 miles apart from one another, as soon as they alter one photon, instantaneously, without any lack of time, the other photon responds exactly the same. And that
proves frequencies.
That was my aha moment of, okay, well, we're all connected through this divine field of energy. Einstein called this spooky action at a distance. He could not rectify this. He went to his grave pissed about this.
It's interesting. That's what he called it, because there's actually a Rife machine called the spooky machine, which transmits energy and through space and time. And people don't realize radio waves, cellular towers. That's all a similar process. So those processes you can take into your personal life.
Right, yeah, and that's the beauty of this. I mean, I love it because it's exciting to me, but I love it also because it's something we can take action on. It's something that's provable. Scientists have been studying this for years, and there's a place called CERN over in Geneva. It's the biggest place. They're actually it overlaps the border of France and Switzerland, and they have. They're doing some incredible stuff there. They're simulating Big Bangs. They're doing all of these great photon experiments.
Yeah, no, I think I've heard of that.
It's CERN.
So what you're going to do is you're going to try and help people learn how to get that within themselves.
The quantum manifestation, I think that's kind of what I'm going to call. I'm going to start building these programs. I'm doing my first Facebook Live on the 4th of April, 7 p.m.
Okay.
You can request to join my private group, Break Your Inertia. That's where I'm going to be showing this. And I'm going to do these in a series because...
You might want to start another channel for that.
Yeah, I think we should.
You should.
But I really I want to give
I'm going to help
people...
her a little bit because she needs not much help in anything, as you can tell. She's very capable of carrying herself, but just the procedure sometimes. Because Break Your Inertia has been there for quite a while, and I like the quantum name to be in it. People don't realize the power you have within yourself. God is within, right?
Absolutely.
Vibration. There's we could be in a simulation now, and most likely we are.
And I believe that. I believe that this reality that we see, I don't believe it as a simulation to the point of like a video game, but it is a video game in a sense of when we align with the reality we choose and we put our thoughts and our attention, they say energy flows where attention goes.
Yeah.
So when we focus on the negative, when we walk out the front door and we're pissed off and we're MF and everybody that walks by, we're going to see more of that. But when we are positive and we stay focused on the good and we have gratitude and joy in our hearts, things instantaneously start happening in a more positive manner.
Yep.
And I would really like for people to understand that scientifically the way I did, because I thought it was a bunch of bullshit voodoo at first and I didn't believe it. So if I can say, here, look, here's the science behind it. I can't claim I wasn't there in the labs with these brilliant men who did it, but I believe the science. I see the studies. I've done it. It's worked for me. I told you here in the building today, I manifested this building. I would walk on the river walk, watch it being built. I took pictures. I sat out front and I put myself here and I felt what it would feel like to be a resident here. And anything I've ever wanted or gotten in my life, it's because I first put myself there and I felt it. And that's the
well, I
power
think
of
a lot
one.
of exactly, and a lot of people don't believe that they can do it. And once they start, it's like meditation. When I started meditating, I was like, man, how can you shut your mind off? You know, I'm thinking about everything. You know, the cat scratching the thing, or the something at work,
Yeah, something beeps.
and all you have to do is be quiet. If you can be quiet and focus just for a nanosecond, it can give you relief. But people that can really meditate is really powerful.
Yeah, and I've been starting to do these meditations. I read this book with all tattered up, and this book came to me through another interesting quantum experience. But it was this old yogi, and he talked about how meditating in the morning light next to running water is the most powerful way to do that. And when I started doing, I've been meditating for years, but like you, I would, something happens and I'm distracted. And the first time I did this, I felt like I was going backwards through the universe, like the beginning of the movie Contact. Where it's going out, now, and I was just going backwards, and I'm hearing shamans in my head, and I'm having these visions, and I was like, well, shit, this works. I should have been doing this years ago. Where's this book been my whole fucking life?
Well, as you see, Jayne does have plenty of energy, okay? So you're going to have to definitely check out her show. We'll feature her on, tonight she had another engagement, so that's why I came out here to Tampa. We had lunch, even bought lunch. I got free lunch. I never get free lunches. It was fucking good too.
That's the least I can do for
a
you.
little New Yorker chick. They make her wear long sleeve
denim
denim
the bridge
shirts.
over here.
Yeah, you don't even need a car here. Everything's right here. You could live here and not go. You don't even.
I
have
sold
it.
my
She
car.
her
I sold my
yeah.
car in December. I buy.
So if you're in
walk
Tampa,
everywhere.
Tampa's come a long way, and it's pretty awesome. Yeah, not cheap. Got to make a few dollars to live in Tampa.
Not cheap, but fun and interesting.
And it's becoming a highly rated national destination.
I know. Like I said, we're the it city. When did that happen?
So we'll leave some credits for Jayne, and you'll have to send me all your stuff. So
absolutely.
I'll put it in our Facebook, our YouTube feed, and then we will help her promote her first quantum lesson of peace and happiness. Right, Jayne?
Sounds good.
All right. Peace.
Bye.